What's up, YouTube world? Welcome to Let's See How This Goes. So, I had a doctor's appointment for the pure reason of needing shoulder surgery. Yet, I've been on this journey of healing myself, and this is through a whole lot of things that I've been doing, using essential oils, doing particular diets. Fasting is probably the main focus of this video. And a funny story of the conversation I had with my doctor about what I've been going through, because obviously they push the medical side of things, surgery, medication, pain relief, so on and so forth. And with my explanation to him that I don't use that for the pure reason of the painkillers doesn't work for me, and it hasn't worked for prior surgeries that I've been through. And I've obviously explained that to him, and fully not acknowledging what I was saying, and trying to obviously push his point of clearly there's other painkillers that is available to you. And I'm like, thank you, but I'm good as it is, and not trying to make it known to him that I don't indulge in things that will create more harm to my body. So I avoided that topic with him. Just firstly, I've not seen this doctor long anyway. It's just recent that pretty much after COVID, the doctor that I was seeing, she was amazing. I've spoken to her about the alternative medicines, as the new age calls it today, or the doctors like to call it today, but the natural resources that's available to us, and also using food as medicine. So, for a small example, making bone broth, that is part of my diet and fasting, and reducing the intake of food. Some might find that hard to believe that it does work, and obviously a lot of other things, reducing intakes of, reducing slash or eliminating seed oils, carbohydrates. I've just recently started eating rice again. Haven't noticed any difference in pain decrease, increase, or mood and those sorts of things. Actually, no. Mood, I have noticed a difference. Yeah, I'm a bit more edgy when I eat carbs, and also a little bit more lethargic after I eat carbs, which is interesting. Some might be different, but that's just my analysis of coming back onto eating carbs. But that said, with my diet or my lifestyle change, shall I put it, I haven't been strict. So I have indulged in junk food once a week. Sometimes I don't even eat any junk food. When I say junk food, I'm not speaking about McDonald's or those sorts of things. I'm speaking about burgers, but it can fall under junk food in a sense of the carbohydrates of the bread and so on and so forth, and what's in the sauces with the seed oils and that sorts of things. But I haven't in a sense, being that strict on myself, which I do think I should try to give it a proper go, but also to see the journey of healing. But because I'm doing so much other things for pain management slash pain relief, um, food is just one aspect of that. And why I bring up the fasting side of it and talking about fasting, more the fact of just bringing awareness to the fasting aspect of healing yourself from the inside out. Some people do struggle a lot more than others. I actually got the idea of fasting from a friend of mine that I was working with, and he does this 5-day fasts once or twice a year. So I thought to myself, well, if he can do it once or twice a year, I already do intermittent fasting daily. I've been doing that unconsciously, not really thinking of it as fasting for, a long time, because I don't feel hungry in the mornings. And when I do eat in the mornings, when the particular jobs I used to do, because a lot of my work I used to do was quite physical, so I never really wanted to eat or start work on a heavy stomach or have anything in my stomach, because it'll just, in my mind, slow me down. And that's just how I felt. So mornings to me were black coffee and just water. And on the topic of coffee, I've figured out that coffee doesn't really help my nervous systems, nor does it help my joints. And I do feel that that's part of one of the reasons why I had a lot or have a lot more inflammation in my shoulder. But I digressed. Coming back to the fasting side of things, on with the fasting, I've found that not eating for, and then again I say fasting, for me the longest I've ever fasted was 5 days. I struggled to do longer, but my aim is to try and do longer. I do drop weight quite fast, and I don't really like it. My main aspects of fasting isn't to lose weight. I am not the tallest nor the biggest person, so that isn't an aim for me to fast, or that's not my aim for the reason why I fast or want to fast. The aim for it is mainly just the benefits, that just to assist my organs, and what I personally notice of a 3-day fast to a 5-day fast, how it actually makes me feel. Others may feel different due to your existing diet that you're already doing. When I say diet, I don't mean healthy eating, those sorts of things. I just mean your intake of food. So everyone will obviously get a different result, due to we are all different internally and externally. What we eat, very different, and so on and so forth. So the main reason for my fasting was for the main pure fact of stem cell regeneration. This is all online. I'm not going to bring up any more pointers or anything of it. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. And just also to be on that topic of creating community. So this is why I wanted to start this channel, is to create community where you don't have to pay for things to learn something, or to buy a course and those sorts of things. I'm always researching things for my personal gain, and also just to experiment. Um, I mean, I went through the journey of eating plant foods and growing organic vegetables and those sorts of things, and trying a carnivore diet and learning all the differences of antibiotics that store bought meats can have. Anyway, I digress. So, coming back to the stem cell regeneration, that's the main reason why I wanted to, in a sense, experiment with fasting to see if it does work. And from my experimenting on myself, fasting, but also not fully eating cleanly, but majority of the time I do eat quite clean, and I do eat quite a bit of meat, or majority of my meals are meat. But I've literally just recently started getting rice back into my diet, and I love flavor, so I'm always adding garlic, spices, so on and so forth. So it's not fully a carnivore diet, blah blah blah. But it's, once again, it's experimenting on myself. And with the fasting side of things, I noticed my shoulder does feel like it is healing itself, because I'm doing small bits of exercise. I'm not seeing a physio. I don't get any injections, so on and so forth, with pain relief, or even take pain medication. I see a lot of food can help assist healing and pain relief. So there are spices like clove, cayenne pepper, cardamom, star anise, so much different spices and herbs, turmeric, ginger, that will aid in reducing inflammation. It doesn't take any pain away, where I don't believe that anything should necessarily take pain away, but you should feel a difference when using these things. Where when you're taking a painkiller, it's not necessarily taking that away, it's just blocking receptors in your brain to mask the pain, and then the list goes on with what else it does to your body. So that's just my personal reasons of why I don't take and haven't taken painkillers for decades now, for reason that noticing how it affects people in my family that does take pain relief, and not wanting to go through that journey. So yeah, to me, pain relief is food. We have been given all these herbs and spices and food to use for that purpose. So I've been using that. And I'm coming back to the story of the doctor that I had about the food as medicine sorts of things. But the fasting has shown me that yes, it I do see. I haven't done any tests. I'm a bit nervous about tests these days and giving my blood to labs, and I don't know. That's just me. I'm a bit skeptical about the medical side of things and what people are doing with, yeah, lab tests and those sorts of things. There may be. I mean, I have given my blood in prior instances, so there may be another me running around. But anyway, so be it. Um, so yes, just extremely skeptical of giving my blood, drawing blood for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to point out those reasons, not the video for it. So I do notice a difference, whether it is the stem cell regeneration, whether the fasting is helping my organs work well so that they can move all the messengers inside my body to heal a particular part of my body, those sorts of things. I don't know. But what I do know is something's happening and it's a positive. So, which is all good and well. And coming back to the doctor's story, where he was trying to speak about, because I had spinal surgery a few years ago, and because I made it clear to him that I don't need any medication, pain relief for my shoulder due to the lifestyle change that I've made and noticing improvements from the lifestyle change that I've made. And to his reaction, he responded with, "Oh, okay, well, that is new to me." And I had to compose myself because it may be new to him, which is quite sad, but this has been around for centuries before medicine was even created by the Rockefeller family. Or shall I say, John D. Rockefeller himself. Um, so I had a bit of a giggle because, um, a doctor saying that food being medicine is all new to him. But yeah, um, anyway, the the fasting side of things, I feel that everyone should give it a go. Give it a go, see how it feels, see how you feel on it, whether you have injuries that you want to clear from or eliminate, or whether you just want to experiment like myself. Give it a go. Try fasting, try eliminating seed oils, do your research on where you get your meats, because the world is changing, folks, changing in a drastic way. And not all butchers serve the same meats. Supermarkets definitely want to keep you sick so that you can go through this vicious cycle where when you get sick, you go to the doctor gives you blah, 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 that cycle that goes on and on and on. But yes, fasting. Try it. Um, I'm having a love-hate relationship with it because I love to eat. I hate being hungry. But noticing when I don't eat, the benefits that I get from not eating. Yes. And there's different fasting. There's obviously intermittent fasting, dry fasting, wet fasting, fasting where you just have either bone broth or soups, whatever. Try any fasting. Fasting is amazing. My skin, I used to get zits. There's a spot that I probably got about 6-7 months ago. I do use essential oils. Castor oil is cold pressed castor oil is my favorite. That's also, I do feel that could help with my shoulder injury just due to what the castor oil does. I do use, which I hate it, I use cayenne pepper on an empty stomach most mornings. I won't lie to you guys, most mornings, because some mornings I just don't want it. It sucks. Try it to understand what I'm talking about, but the benefits of it is amazing. I again, I'll say I don't go for tests. I just notice how my body feels. And some of us may not have that relationship with our bodies. Hence why I do want to inform you guys to give it a go, see what it does, and build a relationship with your body, build a relationship with yourself, because fasting is also a spiritual thing. It's in the Bible. I don't read the Bible as much as I should, but it's in there. Everything that I have spoken about is online. I don't want to guide you guys into things that I haven't personally tried. But yeah, see how it goes. Send us some comments on how you feel while fasting. What type of fasting do you do? Let's get this community growing. And this is a mid-week message. I'm going to stick with Sunday messages or Sunday videos, but I wanted to see how doing a weekend or end of weekend or start of the week video to a midweek video, and this is only my second video, so bear with me on the ums and ahs. So yeah, thank you for your time. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.